Jiggy with it on table 6. And I don't usually check my Hold'em manager, but I wanted to this time. And so far we're doing pretty well. We're up just shy of $100. That's good for our BR challenge. 2 checks ahead of me. Oh, gonna take advantage of my position and bet. And when this guy donk bets on table 2, gonna raise it up, try to isolate him, and just get all in with him. I think he'll have a jack of bunch, maybe straight draw, maybe a flush draw, but I don't want to let him see a turn card for cheap. So if he has a hand he wants to go with, let's go. And if he doesn't, I'm fine with taking down that pot and protecting my equity. Check call. Imagine Tace is betting a flush draw. May have a queen. Probably has a queen. Fire away. Nice. That's the power of position and why it makes way more sense to overcall when you are in position than it does to overcall when you are out of position. You just get that added information, which is so helpful for making decisions. Table with 50 VPIP. Gotta get on there. Oh, this guy's still playing every single hand on table 1. 16 hands he has yet to fold pre. These guys are the best. I'll probably continue this session until he's out of money. That means it has to be a multi-part video, no problem. I'm sure you guys don't mind it being a multi-part video because the longer the session is, the more content you guys get. 13. Nice. Good bet. Way to bet 10x pot, because I'm really going to call you there with anything. I'd imagine Queen Jack offsuit is ahead of a 100% limping range. Top pair. No, I don't have top pair. Over cards. Can't beat anything. Just trying to think if there are any hands that I can beat, but there really aren't, so fold the queen high. God, it was one of the hands. Oh. Why couldn't I have had king high? Nice catch. Nice catch. And I know it doesn't, you guys probably don't believe me, but I was really close to calling with that queen high. I think open map is pretty unlikely to have an ace or a king on table 6, so bet the pot there, and successfully got the fold out of him. Can't wait to actually have a hand against Mickey. He is so out of line. 100 VPIP. Wonder how long he's gonna last. Three-way with the queen 9, just going check. I think in a lot of earlier bankroll challenge videos, I burned too much money with c-bets and multi-way pots where it was just like extremely unlikely the bets were going to get through, and on top of that I had very little equity. So I'm going to be a little bit more selective with my c-bets from now on in this video. Ooh. Top pair, top kicker. It's a pretty good hand. If I were heads up with Mickey, I may have checked back to let him bluff, since he's shown he's willing to pull the trigger every now and then. But in a three-way pot, protect my equity a little bit. And also, if he's defended with some hand that has a jack in it, he is not folding for a bet. Or probably 3 bets for that matter. Just a matter of time. That table 3 game was falling apart, so I bring in one of the substitutes, and in this pot, I raised pre, Mosick defended his blind, and then donk bet the flop. So I think at best he's going to have like pocket 8s or something. The fact that he has a big stack means he may be willing to call down with that hand, but I have to just go with the fact that king came on the turn. Makes it tougher for him to call down with just a medium pair. Also, if he had a flush draw, he probably missed, and I just don't think it's that likely that he donk bets with a 4. At least we got him in the tank. Against John, who just 3 bets like crazy, I am going to 4-bet call with the pocket nines. His 5-bet is also very high at 7.1%, which means he's probably going to be 3-bet, 5-betting with pocket pairs, a bunch of Broadway hands that I have decent equity against. And against Make Dawn, I called a 3-bet with King Queen because it's not a hand I want to 4-bet with and worry about a 5-bet. And when I flop top pair, I gotta call. On the river. We'll see what his bet size is. Probably have to call if he bet. And last time we saw that he checked with queens, right, on an ace-high board, so maybe we can go for a little value bet here. Try to get looked up by ace-jack or pocket tens, because pretty wishful thinking on my part, but pretty confident that we have the best hand here, so gotta eke out that value where we can. And he had jack 6. So my call with king queen was very much the right play. Plus 126. This fewer tables thing is definitely where it's at. Fewer tables, game selection, seat selection. I mean, the biggest thing is we're in some very juicy games this session, and as you guys can see, the bad players just really like to give that money away, as long as you give them the chance to. Can't blow them out of the pots. You gotta give them a chance to do silly stuff. A lot of the sessions in the Bankroll Challenge where we were just straight lost or broke even, there were like 12 games to choose from, and I was playing every single one of them. And there were not fish on every game. And when there were like weaker players, they weren't like super weak. There were no like 100 VPIP guys and stuff. Ooh, flop top sizzler. Zafes calls fairly wide on the flop. I think I'm going to try to build this pot. He's also not very aggressive, so I don't think checking back is going to elicit a ton of bluffs from him. So, just bet. The king is a scare card, which he's going to fold on pretty frequently. But I'll bet small so that if he has a flush draw or a straight draw, he'll be compelled to call, even though mathematically he will be making an incorrect call. Checking back and calling river is obviously also an option. Against someone who's very aggressive on the river, it might make sense, especially on a scare card like the king. I was just hoping that I might have him coolered. If there's a good chance you have someone coolered like set over set or set against big pair, and you take a pot control route, that's disastrous. You're losing a ton of value. Mosick with the limp re-raise. Please just call, Antu. Just call. Oh yes, let's see ourselves a 4-way flop with a massive fish. What do you guys like? 9 of spades? 9 of diamonds. I like the 9 of spades. Huh. Some really juicy tables on Betfair tonight. 44 VPI players per flop and 40% players per flop. That's a good sign. I'm not going to try to bet into 4 people with these 2 9s. Just too likely someone's got a piece they're going to call with. It's too hard to fold out 4 people. Pretty dry board on table 5. Just gonna hope that both players missed. that we could take it down with a bet. Also, Amy Girl is probably going to play pretty honest since she's dealing with a big pot on table 3. And then overcards can come like the king that we can fire multiple barrels on and try to move our opponent off the hand. If it came like queen 3-3, I'd be less likely to go for a lead because there are fewer scare cards that can come on the turn that we can multi-barrel on. But on the 8-3-3, that's a pretty low board. It's going to be pretty often that an overcard spikes on the turn or river. You weren't buying it. I guess he thought we were bluffing him last time, so he wasn't going to buy it this time. And that's where game flow is important. You got to pay attention to the dynamics. If people might be getting sick of you or whatever, and then adjust accordingly. Yeah, straight. You. No. Ace-9 offsuit is probably ahead of Zaphis' limping range, but both of the players in the blinds are fairly aggressive and 3-bet a decent amount. They're going to know that we're isolating with a wide-ish range, and therefore it becomes a good spot to 3-bet. And since I don't really feel like doing the whole 4-bet war game right now, I'm just not going to open the hand. There's nothing wrong with passing up on a pre-flop spot. That's the beauty. The beauty of online poker is you're going to get so many hands, you'll find another spot that you like in a short time after. It's not like live poker where if you don't take the spot now, it might be 2 hours before you get another opportunity to play a hand. We lost our favorite fish on table 2. Alright. Call in the reserves. Got a few games to choose from. Since I haven't played these games for some time, I don't have everyone labeled, so I can't game select, optimally. If this guy hits a... no. If Mr. King 3 doubled up, that would have probably been the best game. Or if he rebuys. No, he's out. So that's not the game. Officially over. This looks like my best game. Although, I've got direct position on a table with a guy who has the potential to be bad, think a guy. And being to the immediate left of the fish is more profitable than being 1 to his left, or 2 to his left, 3 to his left, etc. So try to get direct position on the fish. I know, I say it all the time, but I can't stress it enough. On Betfair or any of the other on-game skins where you have the option to choose whatever seat you want, choose the one to the left of the weak player. And on sites like Stars and Full Tilt, well, when you're doing the waitlist thing, Nothing you can do. You get what seat you get. But if you see a new game starting and you think you know who the weak player is, try to get as close to their left as possible, because that's going to be the most profitable seat to be sitting in. And for all you gamers out there, the whole idea of watching the lobby and swapping out games and constantly just monitoring shouldn't be too tough, since I know you guys are pretty good with the whole macroing thing. For those of you who aren't as computer savvy, I understand it could be a little difficult to do, but it's worth it if you can put in the time and get good at it. So I took out table 4 because even though there was a fish, Butcha PMX 701, he's on my direct left. It's going to be pretty hard for me to extract value, extract money from him in that position. Hopefully we can drill this fucking flop on table 1. 7-8 suited, it's got a hell of a lot of potential. Alright, pair. Backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. 6-4 Mickey hasn't been check raising much, so I'll just bet, take control of the pot. Turned nut flush draw. Guess if he has a hand like 4s or something, I can fold him off it. 14 February is 3-betting pretty little, and his fold to 4-bet is 0. Gonna respect the statistics, because in all the other videos where I didn't respect the statistics, I got burned. There's a reason that we have programs like Hold'em Manager and Poker Tracker, is to give us an advantage on the competition who aren't using it. But if you have it, but you don't listen to it, and you don't use it, then you're at just as much a disadvantage as everyone else who doesn't have it is. In fact, you may be at a bigger disadvantage, because you gotta feel like an asshole when you don't use it, and you end up being wrong and the program was right. Tilt factor. How is Mickey still in the game? He's lasted 40 hands now. Well, if I flop an 8, I can probably stack Mickey. So, gonna take the implied odds. And just hope that Nick Rock doesn't re-raise. Damn. Now this is a spot where the stats can be deceiving. QAC does have a very high 4-bet range at 5.3. But the sample is small, and on this table, this is the first time I've 3-bet him, this is the first time he's 4-bet me. So I need to focus more on the game flow and the dynamic that we have between the two of us rather than just his statistics. Stats can be misleading in those spots. This ace-queen on table 6 I feel comfortable going with against both stacks, so I'm just going to 3-bet with the intention of calling off against either of them. I don't love it against Q, because he's not too loose playing 22-17, but he only has just shy of 50 big blinds, which means I'm losing less. And fortunately I picked a size that allows me to re-raise over the top all in. Doesn't mean that my ace-queen suited is the best hand, but it gives me a chance to shut out Q. Although I doubt with him calling the 3-bet, he's going to fold to a 4-bet, but whatever. Let's go. Roll the dice. It's amazing. The ace comes every time I have kings. Every single time without fail. Okay, he's got ace-queen as well. Sure. Chop up the fish's money. Not the worst result. And he did think about it. Almost got him to fold. And it's very key if you're in a spot there where, there's a short stack player involved who you think might re-raise all in. $5? So big. This guy's really passive. No need to hero against a passive player. Yeah, if there's a player who is short stacked, how'd Mickey lose his money? That's more exciting for me than he had a gut shot and he went all in. Good job, Mickey. You're the best. And now he's all in with King 3. Oh, unlucky for Nick Rock. Alright, you are nitty, but Jack 10 suited is like the best hand ever for playing post flop, so I will call your 3-bet, Mr. Snurspet. Oh my god, the King 3 won? This is amazing! He's still in the game! Thank you, Poker Gods. Thank you, Poker Gods, for giving us a second chance to take this guy's cash. Interesting spot. Does Zaphis ever have a jack? Probably not. Does he ever have ace 10? Could. Could he have worse 10s? Yeah. And he's shown that he's willing to hero call us because he caught us bluffing before. So we're going to take advantage of that dynamic and go for a thin value bet with King 10. Mickey doubling up again. Awesome. Might be a little weak. Table 6. Flame away, everybody. Flame away. Check folded mid pair and a gut shot. Who is this Gripsed idiot? How does he fold that hand? At least see another card. So weak. Whatever. I'm up 2.2 buy-ins. Gotta say, after taking a 2-week break, it's kind of fun being back at the tables. Even though we're playing 25-50 cents, it's pretty fun to just be in the mix, playing poke. Such a great game. Replacement table. And for anyone out there who's feeling burnt out, feeling overwhelmed with the game, take a break. Take 3 days off. Take 7 days off. Take fucking 10 days off. Game's still going to be there when you get back. Nothing's going to change. It's all going to be the same. If at any point you're losing your love for the game, you're losing the urge to play, the rush, the excitement, just take a break. And believe me, when you come back, you will play better poker than you were playing before, and you will be enjoying it more. And that's what it's really all about with poker, right? Is to be enjoying it, to be having fun. It's the same as any other video game, any other strategy game, or any sport. You want to have fun while you play. We play the game to have fun, for entertainment, for enjoyment. Making money is nice. It's a nice side effect, a side benefit of playing. The main thing is you want to feel like you're making good decisions. You want to feel like you're playing better than your opponents, and getting that winning feeling. So, if ever you feel discouraged, frustrated, fed up, just take some time off. Don't think about poker. Do other things that cheer you up, make you happy, and then come back when poker is something that makes you happy. Poker should never be something that you don't enjoy. I mean, other than, of course, when you, right when you take a bad beat. That's an okay time to be annoyed with it or frustrated. But you should always be excited about playing, because if you're not excited about playing or you're not looking forward to playing, then you probably shouldn't play, because you're probably not going to play a very strong game. We're going to shut it down after this orbit. Our friend left. No more 100 VPIP. And so did the other guy who had like a 70 VPIP, so. And it looks like AA Sparks is about to get busted. Oh, he's got kings. Ace is coming, right? Always comes. Oh. Queen, same thing. Oh. Be coolered one time? Can't slow play on this flop. Table 4. If he limp calls with an overpair, we're getting it in. If he limp called with 9s, we're getting it in. If he has a flush draw, he's not going to be folding. And if he has king queen, he's only going to give us more value if he improves. So on a board, this draw, you know, we don't want a 7 or an 8 to peel off, and we don't want a flush card to peel off, so let's just get the money in when he's going to be most willing to get it in. And we fucking got him. Set over set. What's really good, Amy girl? What's really good? Alright, well. Solid session. Won $161.67, which brings the bankroll to $1,180.17. Played a 21-18 style with a 3-bet of 5. Could probably loosen that up a little bit, but hey. Important thing was we took home the bacon. And we only ran $5 over EV. So, we didn't just outluck them today. We outskilled them. And I hope you learned something from this session, and it helps you make more money in your sessions. It's been a lot of fun doing this vid, and I look forward to continuing the Betfair Bankroll Challenge now that I'm back. This has been Evan for Grips.com. Now it's your turn. Go out there and get stacking.